I wanted more moments where our friends could get together, right? And we're talking about outside of the phones, outside of the Wi-Fi, just genuine laughs, smiles, competition, right? And I was a guy who I didn't like how games were so easy to win, right? It was like, boom, you won, you're out. I wanted a game that was really hard pressed, that made people compete, made people think it was intellectual, you know what I mean? It was one of those things that kept you enticed. My name is Tevin Gillard. I go by Diggy, and I am the creator of Chance. Chance the Game is a game pretty much centered around each player getting 6 cards and really learning how to successfully get through those cards without having to take the pile. So I would play a card. A person's goal at that point is to beat my card, either match it or beat it with the same number card or a higher number card. If you can't, you have to take the pile. You're trying to get through the game successfully without having to have all these cards in your hand. So it's this exchange of trying to outlast the pile and to get all the cards out of your hand and be first to do so. This card game was created just for bringing friends together, and I wanted a way for us to connect and have fun, right, and to keep these things going when there wasn't a party, when there wasn't something orchestrated. So I sat down and I just said, hey, I got a game, and everybody played. And from there it was more or less like you would have these renditions, you would just keep adding stuff, taking away what slowed the game up, what slowed it down. And I found out that people loved it, right? It was just a natural passion for the game. I didn't want to be a card creator, I just wanted to just create something that people could enjoy. And we were in the field. We were coming back from a 30-day, field training. And my friend said, why don't you just create your own cards? Because I had created the game from regular playing cards, the ones, the jacks and all of that. He was like, why don't you create your own card game? And I had thought about it, and I was like, well, why don't I, right? So I remember I called my ex-wife at the time, and I said, hey, give me a pack of index cards. So I got home, and as soon as I got home, I started, coloring, trying ideas out. They were terrible, by the way, but, it's just anything, just trying to get it out. And, once I got satisfied with it, I took it straight to digital. Started to create it, went on Photoshop, Illustrator, and I was like, all right, I might have something with this. The next big thing was to find a manufacturer. After I found a manufacturer, got the first prototypes in, I was happy, right? It was terrible again, but I was happy with it, and I just kind of still wasn't really sold on it. So I let my friends just kind of have a pack just because I knew they loved it. Post-military, I leave, I come back to Atlanta. Had a couple friends got together. They was like, hey man, what's up with your card game? Because they remember playing it. And I showed them I actually had the cards made. So they were thrilled, we got to play, sat people down, called everybody over to the house, and we started playing. And I remember I stood back from the table and I just sat. And I was just watching them play, and I remember everybody kept looking at me like, you kind of have something with this, like, where's this going? And I hadn't thought about where it was going. They loved it, and from that point on, I really said, okay, I'm gonna really dive deep. And I went and I did revisions after revision after revision of these prototypes until I had one that I was like, okay, this is one I could actually sell, right? The quality was there. I wanted more moments where our friends could get together, right? And we're talking about outside of the phones, outside of the Wi-Fi, just genuine laughs, smiles, competition, right? And I was a guy who I didn't like how games were so easy to win, right? It was like, boom, you won, you're out. I wanted a game that was really hard pressed, that made people compete, made people think it was intellectual, It was one of those things that kept you enticed. And I remember the first time we played, when someone would win, it was like this joy, like I just did it, right? And that was it. You felt like you earned it, and everybody else wanted to feel that feeling. So the games would go on and on. And that was just the why, watching people enjoy that. Their faces, those shouts, those arguments over, nah, you should have done that. That's the why, to see that joy on people's faces. It's crazy, it's priceless.